Hey guys, you know what is what's going on, what is happening, where is that, why we're here today, how you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent big ugly himself, Omari Ellis Bayo Grande on YouTube, back with another episode of Mock Draft, the show where we draft various things and have a very good time. And I am here with my co-host and runner for this show. As usual, I'm joined by Bill Smith.
Hey, Omari, thank you so much for having me back as always, putting my face all over your YouTube page. And we are going to be drafting Jim Carrey. Yeah, same for you. We are going to be drafting today an all Jim Carrey baseball team.
Yeah.
We're going to need to draft first base, second base, third base, shortstop, center field, left field, right field, pitcher, all using Jim Carrey characters. You can see the characters we're going to use right now.
There they are.
Oh, that one. That one's my favorite. That one's my favorite.
Y'all already know who my favorite is. It's
All
probably
right.
the same as Bill's favorite.
Wrong.
That probably.
All right. So we got to get it started. We got to figure out who's going to draft first. Omari, when was Jim Carrey born? Exact date.
Exact date. I actually don't know. So this is 100% conjecture.
I don't know at all.
August 17th, 1971.
You're very close to what I was thinking. I was going to go September, let's say 5th, 1970.
All right.
I had already Googled Jim Carrey's characters, and all I have to do is add in birthday. January 17th, 1962. So he is way older than we thought he was.
I thought he was a lot younger.
But I am a little bit closer, but I only 8 years to your 9 or whatever it is. So okay. All right. So with the first pick of the draft, now all imaginable powers for all of these characters are potentially available. I don't know if we've done it yet, but these are the characters that we will be drafting from. All imaginable powers are now on the table.
Yeah.
And we absolutely didn't do this already and confuse ourselves. Oh God. I mean, I am going to choose. I mean, Omari had a good point. One of these people is literally God. I'm going to insert him into my catcher position. My thought on that is he is the field general. He literally gets to scan the field and see the entire game going on. He's the only player in the entire game that's looking that way. So he gets to observe the game, and he still gets to bat likely three times a game. So I am going to pull Bruce Nolan off of the board from Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, that was one of those things where I was like, I don't want to bring this up beforehand because I feel like I'd just be giving away Bruce. But at the same time, yeah, this is a good question to ask. So Anyway, so yeah, you got him, and if we're taking wacky powers and stuff into account as well, uh and the only thing I got that can even come close to competing with that, to my knowledge at least, unless
There's
I just
another
don't
god
know.
on this board.
Yeah, well, another god or another very close to godlike power because cartoon shit.
Well, he's literally a god.
Oh, fair.
The mask is the embodiment of a god.
That's true. I forgot about the Loki thing. So yeah, I'm going with Stanley Ipkiss, but yeah. Now, what position? See, I like the field general thing, but I feel the field general thing. Yeah, I'm gonna need him to be a bat too. See, at first I was thinking pitcher because wild pitches. Haha. How are you gonna hit these pitches if he just
I
throws
was
them cartoon
picturing,
style?
yeah, yeah, I was picturing him doing very cartoon style, the Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny, the classic Bugs Bunny, or the
I think that is
goofy
what I'm gonna do.
baseball
I'm gonna do
cartoons.
pitcher because it makes too much sense with that idea.
Yep.
Like you said, the Bruce Nolan, like those were my two picks. Like if you'd picked one, I was gonna go with the other. So yeah, I got Stanley Ipkiss,
Okay.
my favorite character.
I'm back on the board, and I am going to we're gonna start just pulling. We're gonna continue pulling power sets off of the board, I think, and we are going to go with the man who's going to come with some sort of gadget, some sort of device, some sort of improved, enhanced glove. Maybe he even switches out a a a new baseball undercover that nobody notices that has some tinkering to it. But I'm going to draft Dr. Eggman, and I'm going to put him as my first baseman.
In a similar move for similar reasons, I'm taking the Grinch off the board because he also has those improvised gadgets of his that work and he's good at doing stuff like that. Also, he's a big dude if I remember correctly. Or maybe not like muscles, but he's got the size on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he can swing a bat pretty well. I am going to place him. I'm also going to place him at first base, actually.
I think that's a good spot for the Grinch. I do. I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let's see here. Do we have any more real power sets on the board? I mean, we have somebody who likes to we have somebody who likes to call himself a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Literally carries a bat around with him as one of his
Ooh.
superhero weapons.
Oh.
So I am going to grab Colonel Stars and Stripes and put him at third base. That is, of course, Jim Carrey's character from Kick-Ass 2.
Ah, yes, the kick-ass movie I didn't watch. Damn. Uh no, that's cool. I'm gonna pick, field general. Probably want somebody smart. And I mean, I already got, a green theme going on here. Might as well get a third green member to our team. Keep it going. And he's smart, so he's got the field general aspects going. I'm putting the Riddler as my catcher.
All right. Okay. Interesting. 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 Um, let's see here.
And green teeth,
Team Green.
at least for now.
I am going to take a guy who is just a normal guy
All
But
right.
I do think of all of these wonderful characters on this board, may have the most main character energy that we kept talking about the other week with Bugs Bunny, and
All
that is
right.
Ace Ventura. And
I
I'm going to
like
put
it.
him at shortstop. He is a face of my team. He is the best athlete out on the field. He is going to be running around. He's an animal wrangler by trade. He's gonna know how to get down, scoop up them balls, and also be a strong threat with the bat. So Ace Ventura is my shortstop.
All right.
Whoops.
So I'm gonna go. Because I'm trying to think of athletic ability of some of these other people, and not the most familiar with some of their athletic ability, but I have seen one guy do some like chasing down and beating up some people at the very least. So I'm gonna take Hank Evans. Where am I gonna put him? Not really the face. He's. I guess I would have to. I don't really know who else is on my team. And I'd have to draft him claiming he's gonna be best athlete. Nah, I'm gonna put Hank Evans because I don't know if I can trust him as shortstop just because the split personality thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna put him at center field because I think he's athletic, but I can't trust him enough for shortstop.
It's perfect. Depending on which direction the ball is hit, is the personality he might be
Yeah,
as he catches the ball. Um,
yeah.
all right, let me just mark him as drafted
Also,
here.
I
Put
thought
him at center field.
I could have sworn Hank was the split personality or was the evil personality's name,
Possibly.
but whatever.
Let's see here. Let's see. I am back on the board and I am going to let's see. I am going to do I do I care? Do I care? I for my center fielder, I'm going to stick the cable guy. I think he's a guy, he's a man with a lot of energy. He probably does a lot of cardio work, a lot of running. So I'm expecting him to be good out there in center field.
If you hadn't, I would have just grabbed him to be my shortstop.
Ah!
I think you grabbed him right before I was gonna grab him, and you grabbed somebody. You grabbed Eggman before I could have grabbed Eggman. But yeah, I like that pick. All right, so of the people left, let me make sure we do kind of have some visual reference for some of these people, so that
Uh-huh.
I can be like who these characters are. Okay, that's who that is. I need a shortstop, and you know what? I'm gonna take your main character energy thing,
Yeah.
but I can't trust him at shortstop.
Uh-oh.
It's too
Uh-oh.
value. It's too valuable a position.
He's classically shortstop is your best athlete on the field.
I know,
Like
but
yeah.
I feel
Everybody who is in the MLB right now played shortstop when they were growing up and eventually had to be moved off of shortstop because somebody showed up on their team that was better than them. But every guy who's in the pros right now at some point was the best player on their team, so they were playing shortstop.
ah, Fair. Shit. I should have fucking put the mask in fucking shortstop at that point. Uh, that said, I think he's still good at pitcher.
No,
Fuck it.
Mask is incredible at pitcher. Because see, the thing is,
Yeah,
although how incredible the shortstop is, the ball has to be hit to the shortstop for him to be able to interact with the game.
true.
Otherwise, he only has his at bats. The pitcher, like your pitcher, is going to interact with the game
Mm-hmm.
100 times potentially in one game. So I think that's a smart choice for you.
Fair. Fuck
You're
it.
on
I
the
need to pick
clock.
something. Yeah, that's what I was just starting to say. I need to pick something. Fuck it. I'm gonna go with main character type deal. Things just happen to work out for him, no matter how stupid he is, and he's just gonna go with the rest of the team. I'm going with Lloyd Christmas as my shortstop.
Lloyd Christmas.
I'm not sure he's good enough to like run through an airport.
Yeah,
He's a limo driver,
yeah, he's young. He's young. He's maneuverable.
and for him to be the face of the team, how can you hate that face? We got a
Uh-huh.
lot of hateful people on my team. It's a pretty villainous team so far. We need a we need a Lloyd. I guess not that
Uh-huh.
villainous, but yeah, we got Lloyd.
Okay. So let's see where I am at. I I don't know. Interesting. I am going to draft Count Olaf. I don't know if you've watched the Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events.
I'm not.
But it is quite the interesting character. Um, he is a villain. He is a former actor that likes to do disguises and play tricks on his victims while pretending to be somebody else. Um, I think he might be an issue for the team. I mean, listen, the rest of the draft are the negatives that you're trying to fill in, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Um, so I am going to put him at right field. I don't think he's too much of a problem, but he can get distracted. Hopefully, not a lot of balls go that direction. Um, and I think if he is in the mood to perform, he might be able to give me a couple of strong at bats a game.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Truman Burbank. I think he is on the smaller side, so I was thinking about doing the second base for that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I think he's smart enough to figure out how to get on base if need be. Because I mean, he was smart enough to escape a world entirely designed to make him think
There you
he's
go.
living otherwise.
Yeah. I like that pick for you. That's a good pick. He's just a basic dude. He's an average dude.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond his story and his grit and determination. And that's a good spot for a second base. The your second baseman is usually that guy where you're like, ah, look at him. He's plucky.
Exactly.
He's trying. So I think that's a good draft by you. Um I am, let's see here. Next up. Ooh. Um, in the same vein, I'll go ahead and draft Carl Allen and put him at second base from the film Yes Man. Uh, hey Carl, do you want to play baseball?
as I'm thinking, can you say like some of these picks are literally like, yeah, that would have been my reasoning. Because I'm like Carl will say yes to just about anything,
Yeah.
right? My next guy. All right, that case on to me. Who the hell is this dude? Sorry, looking. Another movie I didn't watch. Fair. Okay. Let's go. You know what? He sorry. Wanted to double check.
Uh-huh. Okay.
something here. We're gonna go Fletcher Reed. I think he's of a similar build to, your Truman Burbank for obvious reasons.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, with him being a lawyer, not sure how good he would be in the field and stuff. Actually, put him as a hitter because I don't really know what he'd do on the baseball field aside from like hitting the ball, but Stanley can hit his own balls. That's the only thing. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because I was either going to put him at left field or designated hitter, but I'd rather have Stanley hit than him. I'll put him left field. I, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm thinking.
Right. Well, you got Stanley as your pitcher.
Yeah, but well, I guess we have a designated hitter regardless if our
Yeah.
pitchers are capable of hitting. I'm putting him at left field. Fuck it. I already decided.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, would I rather him hit the ball or Stanley? I'd rather Stanley be hitting.
Yeah. I get you. I makes sense. Feel that. I am going to draft. I got to get my pitcher off the board. I think I may have messed up a little bit by not doing a pitcher earlier. Um, and let's see who these folks are. I'm going to do Luke Trimble as my pitcher. That is Jim Carrey's character from The Majestic,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of a period piece movie. I picture him having a very old-timey long pitcher delivery, like big and loopy. And I think it's just gonna throw a lot of your batters off with
I
his with
like
his with his big old-timey pitching style.
I like that idea because that when I was like, let me see who this guy is first. That was Luke Trimble, and I was like, yep, another movie I have not seen, The Majestic. So I like your reasoning behind it with the old timey pitching. Um, that said, I'm going to take Walter Getz from the number 20, or Walter Getz or Walter Sparrow, or does he have two Walter things?
There's two Walters.
It's two Walters. All
You want
right.
the number
Well,
23 Walter?
yes, I was
That's
gonna put
Sparrow.
that Sparrow, and I'm going to put him as my designated hitter because I think if he's out in the field, he'll be too busy thinking about numbers to actually pay attention to the ball coming at him. You could say the same thing for him hitting, but
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I put him there. I got 8 other hitters. Take Walter Sparrow.
I am going to take Andy Kaufman, and I'm
Okay.
going to put him as my DH, because he's a wild card. He could show up and have a star-making moment, or he could be a difficult person to work with, as we know from the movie Man on the Moon, um, and Jim Carrey's portrayal of him. So I feel like you said with Walter Sparrow, his least interaction in the
Yeah,
game possible is good. But I think also he has the potential for that high upside. So I still want him involved in the game, but just hitting.
I like that. All right. So my third baseman, I'm gonna put Tom Popper.
From Mr. Popper's Penguins?
Yeah, he needs reactions, quick reactions, and if you got to deal with an apartment full of penguins and all that kind of shit on a regular basis, all the chaos that can deal with that, that should help your reaction to shit going down in a
Uh-huh.
negative sense. So that's where I'm putting him. It's my reasoning behind.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we're at this point in the draft, what are you gonna do? So I got two people left. I'm gonna go with, I mean, my favorite character in this list is from one of my favorite movies of all time, Joel Barish in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. The only problem is he is a depressed motherfucker that is just going to be sad and maybe looking at his feet and kicking the grass a little bit. Um, so that of course is perfectly described as my left fielder. That is the spot that you put the kid in the organization in the little league sports. That's you know, you got your left fielders. Anybody who said they were a left fielder when they were a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna finish me off.
All
Drafting Joel
right.
Barish, my left
And
fielder.
in right field for me, Walter gets it done in right field. Whatever it needs to be done, he
I think
gets
he's
it
an
done.
average Joe. He's the best friend of Nick Cage's character, and Peggy Sue Got Married, which is, I believe, I want to say it's like a it might be it's a film from the 80s, but it might be a period film from
Mm.
an earlier decade, a 50s or 60s kind of vibe. It's been a long time since I've watched it. But yeah, Peggy Sue Got Married. He's the best friend of Nick Cage, who is the main protagonist, the love interest of Peggy Sue.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, that wraps it up. Let's run through our teams real quick. I'll start off at first base. At first base for Bill's Jim Carrey team, Dr. Eggman. At second base, Carl Allen. Third base, Colonel Stars and Stripes. And at shortstop, you know him, you love him, Ace Ventura. In the outfield, we have center fielder, the cable guy. Left field, Joel Barish. And right field, Count Olaf. In your battery, you have Luke Trimble throwing to Bruce Nolan, Bruce Almighty. And then finally at DH, the one, the only, Andy Kaufman.
Hell yeah. So in Omari team, we got at first baseman, Bob Grinch. At second base, we got Truman Burbank. At third baseman, we got Tom Hopper. Shortstop, Lloyd Christmas. Center field, we have Hank Evans. Left fielder, we have Fletcher Reed. Right field, we've got Walter Gets It Done. We got catcher. But catcher, we've got the Riddler. And designated hitter, Walter Sparrow. And of course, your pitcher, Stanley Ipkiss.
All right, Omari. Those are our Jim Carrey baseball teams. I don't know where I'm going right now. I mean, I have a tough mountain to overcome with the mask throwing every single pitch of this game. I'm not gonna lie.
I have God as the catcher and field general of the other team.
Yeah, he's gonna bat 3 times a game, and he gets to receive the pitcher's pitches every pitch. So maybe he's able to add a little smoke. But you're also gonna get umpires in there who are like, hey now.
That's sun's in my eyes. How'd that happen? Every time I look up, solar flare. Oh my God.
If you've watched this far and you see our teams below, get down in those comments and let us know who you think won, who has the best assembled team. I think it's a tough one. It'd be a tough matchup. Omari, where else can they find you on this YouTube channel?
Well, obviously you can find us here. You can find us on Tuesdays. We got a show called This Guy Hasn't Seen. It's the two of us trading movies back and forth and other various forms of entertainment. Real fun and everything going on there. We also can find me on Wednesdays on this channel and elsewhere on YouTube on the Whatever We Want podcast. Or a good friend of mine, a good friend of the show, Super Jazz.
Jazz.
Thank you very much. We talk about just that, whatever we want. We also have the show on Saturday called You Don't Watch Sports, where we talk about real life sports. Me and Bill here, two guys, three topics, sprinkle a little information into your casual sports conversation as we're your guiding light through the sea that is sports talk. And also YouTube, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Giotabi, that is Giotabi. Come on in, stop on by. And that's all I gotta say with that. Bill, you got anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Adios.